What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival series in this video here today, or the sequel series, I will say, which we know is going to be centered on this girl, for now, named Nova, who is going to be leading this next generation of the Slayerverse, which is not something many people are happy with. I don't know why. It feels like the natural progression after what happened in Chosen, but whatever. So Daniel RPK reported today that Buffy Summers now works for private insurance in the Buffy sequel series. There are some other things I'm going to talk about, but if you have been following me on Twitter, I'm going to expand on this really quick. So Buffy Summers not only works for private insurance, but allegedly, none of this is confirmed, again, just rumored. If you know my track record, that's fine, but just rumored until further notice. Buffy Summers resides in Nikki Wood's stomping ground. She lives in the Big Apple. She lives in New York. She's working in insurance. And if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me raise the question before Daniel put this report out today. A few days ago, I raised the question on wondering if Buffy lives in New York and works in the claims department. That was a nod to what I had been hearing about the show. And there seems to be some truth to it now that Daniel is reporting it. Daniel has gotten a plethora of things right in the past, has far greater connections than I do. And again, the track record speaks for itself. Yes, he's gotten things wrong like I've gotten things wrong, but he's not going out of his way to purposely get them wrong. I'm going to keep expanding on things that Daniel did not share. Again, all alleged, but it would appear she's back in her Ann Summers role. And we know it's her middle name. It's also the name of the season 3 premiere, I believe. And it's the name adopted by this character that came and went between Buffy and Angel. We mostly saw her the most on Angel. And she had this thing with Charles Gunn. Not a relationship, but you know if you've seen Angel. All I can say is there must be a reason for this. The last time she was Ann Summers, something happened. And we know she had to kill Angel, sending him to hell to stop Akatla from sending the world to hell, or swallowing the world and sending it to hell. So something must have happened if we're back to the Ann Summers stuff. I would think this is backing up the comment that somebody left suggesting that Buffy thinks slaying ruined her life. So she has this negative outlook right now. But what is it that caused it? You have an opportunity, thanks to some unfortunate events that have transpired in real life, to make something gripping, or to create something gripping and emotionally heavy on screen. Dawn Summers could have just died. Not only did Dawn Summers die, but a bunch of Slayers died that Buffy was responsible for. Maybe she also lost Xander, because I doubt they're going to bring Nicholas Brendan back. Yes, I'm aware he has a twin brother. I wouldn't use the twin. I would start off by giving us some loss already for Buffy Summers. That justifies why she's back to this Ann Summers role. The last time she was Ann Summers, we know that something bad happened in her life. And she was fairly younger at the time, but that was the last time we saw Ann Summers. So it's only natural that I think, well, why are you using Ann again? What happened? And I think something can be done that is worthwhile by telling a narrative in which she's lost 2 of her Scoobies. In this case, her sister and Nicholas Brendan's character of Xander. Some people would take issue with that, saying that, oh, they shouldn't kill legacy characters, this, that, and the third. Again, we haven't seen these characters in years. If some of them died off screen, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Some of them, not all of them, some of them. The argument for Faith dying off screen, I can get behind that. That doesn't feel right. But Dawn and Xander, as important and as lovable as they were, come on now. It's the life of a Slayer. She has to have had some loss. They can't all still be alive. And it even speaks to the comment given in the Zeppo. At some point, Xander's going to get himself killed. And that ended up playing out to be a truthful statement that will be validated in the revival series. And on top of that, she lost a few Slayers she was responsible for, and she lost her sister Dawn. But with this insurance career path, there seems to be a Double Meat Palace-like vibe here. Because I know people were already crapping on, oh, this doesn't sound like Buffy, as if slaying paid her anyway. She didn't get paid for that. Yeah, she was a counselor before, but she also worked at the Double Meat Palace before at one point too. She also worked at a diner. So it's not like having these oddball jobs is so out of character for Buffy. She needs to do something for income, but it seems to be like a Double Meat Palace type of vibe here. There's this coworker I'm hearing about who makes comments about a meeting, and Buffy has some sort of snarky remark about said meeting. It very much gives Double Meat Palace. Now, this part I will say take with a grain of salt, as you can with everything in this video, but it sounds like Nova, our new Slayer, resides in a newly built Sunnydale. We've talked about her friends, Gracie and Hugo. Hugo comes from money and I believe has a crush on Nova. Gracie is into demons and is a big fan of Buffy's. They're supposed to be the next generation Scooby Gang. But there's something I've had shared with me that I wanted to speculate on with you guys. There's a character named Greta. Greta was raised in the Catholic Church, a church led by Pastor Stevie. So that's another character that we can expect to be introduced to if this show gets greenlit beyond the pilot. Greta has experienced or encountered something that solidifies her faith in demons, heaven, and hell. Now, I'm not sure if Greta is Gracie, but notice the two G's. I wouldn't be surprised because you know how they love to use those code names, and a lot of us have been pinpointing the initials as the key to figure out if these are the same characters or not. If Greta is Gracie, this explains and gives some solid motivations to why she's into demons and becomes a fan of Buffy Summers. But what is it that she saw? There's some type of demon or some type of experience that's transpired that led to this solidifying her faith, and she's having a hard time telling this to a friend of hers that I can only assume is Nova, and it creates this rift. Now, I'm not too certain who the friend is, but I do know that Greta is having a hard time sharing this experience because she's coming to terms with the fact that heaven and hell are real, demons are real, and if demons are real, of course, obviously, that means angels are real too. So that is what I wanted to share in this video, mostly going over those expansions on where Buffy is in her life while also addressing what I think is Greta being Gracie, or if it's not, that's just another new character you now have to think about. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comment section below. Yes, I get where you're coming from. You want this to be a Buffy-led show, but I don't think it's necessary. And on top of that, Sarah Michelle Gellar is doing so many other projects. I think that you would be foolish to try to tie her down to this show as a series regular, considering all the things we keep seeing her name pop up in. We have to think about it from a business model, too. Giving us a new Slayer not only aligns with what was set up at the end of Chosen, it also aligns with what Sarah Michelle Gellar seems to be doing with her time as an actress. She's committing to a lot of things. A recurring role is what's best for now. You can continue to concoct narratives that justify her reemergence in this show, but this should not be the Buffy Summers show all over again. If you want Buffy Summers, I can go watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A lot of us have just been clamoring to get back into this universe and explore and expand on, had the opportunity to explore since Chosen aired back in 2003, and we finally have that. We just have to hope it lives up to expectations, and if it doesn't, it's going to go down the toilet and I'll forget about it. Not that big of a deal. Let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course, to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.